Mr. Chair, this is Energy Commission. The Energy Fund is the fund that helps to fund our activities.
Okay, so now that you are sitting down there,
you spend this much on your fund, how much you have to help?
now,
Madam, if the fund that is set up to help Energy Commission is making losses, then where is the hope that truly we have something working for us? Because you said the fund is the Commission's bank account. That was what you said. And so that if you are making losses, then...
Okay, so this was impacted by the impairment loss. That is
what caused that huge impairment, please?
Okay, so these are receivables that we expect to get from our utilities, the public utilities, which they are not paying, and somewhere over 5 years. So we realized that the carrying amount was not equal to the recovery amount, so we had to impair it. But we are making steps in collecting this fund.
Auditors, can they just impair amounts, debts or owings because they have realized that there's no way they can retrieve them? Can they just get up and hit their accounts with that?
Honorable Chair, they will need approval from Parliament. It's only Parliament that can write off government debts.
So then you have to reinstate it and follow due process. Or the Energy Fund, in the Act, it says you on your own can go ahead and impair. Is this not public funds?
Yes.
It's public funds?
Yes. Chair,
is this public funds,
yes,
please?
It is, please.
If it's public funds, then there's a process for impairing these things. Other statutory bodies have come the same way. They follow through the process and they have written off some of these impaired amounts from their books. So on your own, you cannot write to just charge it to your account, but you have to follow due process. That's why I confirmed with the auditors. You are shaking your head. Maybe that is not it. So please share with us what you think.
Sorry, Chair. This wasn't a write-off. It's an impairment. It's just a provision for you to work on and recover. So the auditors themselves did additional impairment for us. After we did a minor impairment, they increased it. So this is just a provision to help you recover the funds, but not a complete write-off of the amount.
So that if tomorrow they pay, will you reinstate that part that has been paid?
Yes, please. It comes back into the financial statement as a recovery.
Yeah, but then why is it? Yes. Why? But then it shouldn't be here, or? Yes. Because this is not actual. You are saying that it's a provision.
Yes.
So then why should it be under? Yes.
The debit takes the expense and the credit reduces the receivable amount.
Yes, and I'm asking, auditors, why is it under expenditure then?
Honorable Chair, in terms of the treatment, if we are looking at it as provision, then the debit and credit aspect, we have to, the income and expenditure would have to be debited to reduce the income for the year. And then when you go to for the statement of financial position, it will reduce the receivable. So you will have it under liabilities. But when you do the final analysis, it will reduce the receivable. So when you hit the provision against the receivable figure, the amount will come down. So as and when the debts are collected, then the provision will be reducing.
Unfortunately for us, you did not indicate the liabilities in the financial position. So Or if you have your statements of accounts, if you can show us where this is, we'll be very grateful.
Chair, the liability was netted off the trade receivables. So if you see our current assets, you realize it has reduced.
But your current assets reduced by 10 million. And what we are talking about is 18.9 million.
Yes. Yes. So that will be a net movement, not the 10 representing the impairment.
Auditors, I'm not comfortable with this treatment, and I will plead with you to go back and look at their accounts again and let us know the details in their current account, their current liabilities, and the treatment of that impairment as well. Because I'm not comfortable with the explanation and the treatment that we have in the book. Thank you.
All right, Honorable Chair, noted.
So, Energy Fund, which is serving as a bank, is in arrears. What is the position now of Energy Fund?
We are in a positive position now.
You are in positive position?
Yes, please.
So now I can take a deep breath, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. Go ahead with Energy.
You are in a reset position now.
Thank you. Looking at your financial position on table 34, your revenue went up to 53.8%, but your total expenditure is 78.8%. Why? Can you throw more light on that for us?
Okay, Chair. We had an impact on impairment as well in the Energy Commission, which is 27.3 million. So if you check the compensation, it's around 51%, and then the goods and service is around 17.4%.
Okay, so looking at your financial position, look at your assets, and then 2023, your asset is up by 19.1%. What accounted for that?
Okay, so if you look at non-current assets, it increased by 436%. This is mainly due to some investments that were done for long-term, some long-term investments. And then we also procured CAPEX, about 11.7 million from there. That increased the asset position, coupled with increase in the cash balance.
So you claim you make investment. Investment in what?
In fixed deposits. That reflects in our other income of 9.7 million.
Current ratio, when you look at 2022, is 35.01. And then when you look at 2023, is 9.5.1. You're looking at your ratio. Looking at the two ratios in terms of liabilities, how will you recover?
Okay, so the current asset had a dip of about 59%, which is mainly from the earlier explanations. So that had an impact on our current ratio. So going forward, we will not be having such issues as our current asset is quite strong now.
So you promise the committee that it won't happen again?
We'll try our best to ensure that.
Because we are going to take this note down, and then next year we are going to match you with what you say. So be truthful. You have sworn an oath. So be truthful to the committee.
Okay, your management issue is on paragraph 374, and Honorable Akwesi Kwenedu will take care of that, please.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Chairman, this has to do with some unresolved issues with their bank reconciliations. They told the auditors that they do reconciliation of the accounts on monthly basis. But this is a 2024 account. But the auditors observed that somewhere in 2022, you had some issues with some of your customers paying or remitting monies to you into wrong accounts. Instead of putting it into the electrical wiring account, it went into the energy fund account. They recommended that a reversal of this should be made, and subsequently you do proper reconciliation of these accounts. Has that been done?
Yes, please. It's been resolved.
The issue with it is that I'll verify that with the auditors, but the point is, once the customers pay into the wrong account, how then do you monitor the payments that they ought to do to you? Because if I'm supposed to pay to you, and I pay to Mr. X instead of Mr. Y, I've not paid to you, so you still demand that I owe you. How would you know that I've paid if it went into the wrong account? And how do you chase your receivables with such unreconciled accounts that you do have?
Chair, we do reconciliation at the end of every month where this comes up, and then we try to resolve it promptly.
And kindly try and do it promptly, because that is from 2022 to 2024. It should not exist. Otherwise, you would have imbalances in the account and improper receivables. Auditors, can you please confirm that if this reversal has been made?
Yes, Honorable Chair, an amount of 120,378 has been transferred into the Energy Fund account as at 24th June 2025. 24, okay.
All right.
Honorable Chair, 2024. 24th June 2024. So, thank you.
Okay. Now, do we have Unified Petroleum Price Fund? Is that you guys?
That's NPA.
The NPA.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. National Electrification Scheme. Ministry of what? But that's you. You've appeared before us on this one? No, not on this one.
No, the ministry has appeared before the...
Oh, that's a different...
Okay, but then we have not received an invitation on this.
Minister, sorry, an invitation has been sent. There are two reports we are looking at. The first one was the public accounts on ministries, departments, and agencies. And this one is public accounts on public boards, corporations, and other statutory institutions. So some of the boards or public institutions fall under both. But we sent a letter from the Secretariat asking that the National Electrification Scheme attend upon the committee. There is a letter to that effect, Minister.
Okay, so, Honorable Chair, actually that fund, informed, has to be responded by the Minister of Finance. However, once you've written to us, we'll look and then appear before the committee with the needed information.
Did you say National Electrification Scheme should be responded to by?
The fund is controlled by the Minister of Finance.
No, we are talking
Yes.
about not the UPP, no. We are talking about the National Electrification Scheme.
So, Honorable Chair, the invitation that we had was for the agency. The ministry, should be responded by the ministry. We haven't had it, but once you've indicated that it's been sent to us, we'll look at it and then appear before you in another date. Because I didn't get that invitation.
Can you send Minister a copy of the letter?
Because the invitations I have, it didn't include a national electrification scheme.
For the meantime, in the meantime, is Ghana Atomic Energy Commission here? Oh, it's under environment. Okay, Minister, we'll call ECG.
Thank you.
Where's the letter that was sent to the Energy Ministry? It's there.
You see, also. Could you please introduce yourself to the committee?
Good afternoon, Honorable Chair. My name is Sia Frempong, Director of Materials and Transport.
Madam Chairperson, my name is Eli Atakwa, Acting Director, Procurement.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, Honorable Chair. My name is Ben Dankwa, Director, Legal.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chair. My name is Ebenezer Gani, Acting Director, Operations.
Good afternoon. My name is Mo Sisokli, Acting Director of Finance.
Honorable Chair, my name is Kwajo Ayensu Obin, Deputy MD, Engineering and Operations.
I'm Kwame Kwapana, Acting Managing Director.
Honorable Chair, my name is David Weria Samoa, Deputy Managing Director, Commercial Services.
Honorable Chair, my name is Belinda Yabua Jamina, Director, Customer Service. Thank you.
That's Almighty ECG. Honorable Abena Osei will handle the finances with you.
Thank you very much. ECG, would like to know what constitutes your internally generated funds, please.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. Basically, ECG is in the business of buying electricity and selling it to customers. So our major source of revenue is from the sale of electricity. We have other sources like sales of forms. Those are very, very, very small, but largely our source of revenue is from the sale of electricity.
So then it should read revenue and not internally generated funds, because you mentioned other things in addition to.
All right.
Yes. And then I also see government grants. But I want you to help me here. When you look at your income and expenditure, I see net exchange loss. Is it 8.3 billion or 8.3 million?
Yeah, that's correct, 8.3 billion.
Net exchange loss.
Yes.
What is that, please? Can you break it down for us?
Oh, thank you. So this is exchange loss on independent power producers' balances, the amount we owe them. The second one is on
No, I asked for the net exchange loss, which is 8.3 billion. Give me the explanation on that, please.
Madam Chair, we sell electricity at a price approved by the PURC. And in setting the price, PURC uses a certain exchange rate.
Okay.
But when we buy the power to pay for it, we use the market exchange rate. And there is usually...
When you buy the power, you use the market exchange rate?
Yes, because
the power is generated in Ghana.
In Ghana.
And is denominated in USD?
The power is generated in Ghana, but the contract is in USD.
Which contract is in USD, please?
All the power we buy from the IPPs, so known as Sogli, Sun Power, even B Power is in US dollars.
It's in USD?
It's only VRA, which is not in US dollars.
So, based on the directive the minister gave this afternoon, are you going to look at it? Because the Minister of Finance this afternoon just made gave a directive that we should price everything in Ghana cedi, so that if our local power producers are charging in USD and causing us to realize a net exchange loss of 8.3 billion Ghana cedis, which is even more than the government grants of 6.6 billion Ghana cedis that government gave to you to pay the IPPs. I still don't get it.
Madam Chair, these are existing contracts signed between 2012 and 2016. The new directive, we will have to explore with our lawyers whether it has retroactive effect and whether the IPPs are willing to price in US dollars.
Not retroactive effects, because we all know that that cannot be done. But I am drawing your attention to a statement the finance minister made today. And that is what I'm telling you. But I still stand by that. I don't understand how come the government grants that they give to you, that they gave to you in 2023 to pay your IPPs was 6.6 billion. and yet you incurred net exchange losses of 8.3 billion. How is that? Just help us. You see, break it down for the average Ghanaian to really understand. That's all I'm asking you to do.
Madam Chair, unfortunately, that's the reality.
Yeah.
We buy the power in US dollars. We collect the money in Ghana cedis. We must change from Ghana cedis to US dollars to pay for it. The price is fixed, and the price assumes a certain exchange rate. But when we go to the market to buy, to pay for the power, the exchange rate is different. And that's where the loss is coming from. Okay. And it is the reality.
That is the reality. Auditors, I think you should help us also here. Look at the reality of 8.3 billion in net exchange losses alone. Maybe we should drill down and see how best we can look at this to avoid such a huge occurrence, because clearly in 2023, it is more than what government even gave you.
Yeah, Madam Chair.
Yes.
Maybe I should
sir.
add that in 2023 and 2024, we had a lot of volatility in the exchange rate. This year, from May, the CD appreciated, and we had gains. So I want to put that on record.
So this year, you're telling us that we will not see a net exchange loss, a huge net exchange loss. But all I'm saying is that I understand what you are saying. But I'm also asking that we look into this, because we end up, government gives you 6.6 billion to help you pay your IPPs, and you end up, in addition to the 6.6 billion, also incurring a net exchange loss of 8.3. We are not saying it is anybody's fault. All we're saying is that we should look into it further. And then also, when you come to the finance costs, is it 535 million Ghana cedis? Can you confirm, please?
Yes, Madam Chairperson.
535 million. What kind of transactions go into your finance costs, please?
So we have subsidiary loans on lent by the Ministry of Finance to ECG. And then we also have commercial loans that ECG contracted on its balance sheet. So the two made this number of 535.
You are saying that the finance cost has to do with payment of loans?
Yes, the accrued interest payable, or the interest payable for the year, is this amount.
535.
Yes, yes.
Your finance cost, you are saying, is your loans, your accrued interest and loans?
Yes, yes.
Is it, I know you have the accounts there. Can you give me a breakdown? I'm just wondering that ECG would pay 535 million Ghana cedis in finance costs for a year. You will be laughing and shaking your head, but that is so much money for me. So that is why I want a breakdown of that. Yes.
So Madam Chairperson, it's indicated in the notes that interest on long-term borrowings is this much.
Sir, please, we don't have the notes. We only have the summarized financial performance and position. So that's why I'm asking you to help us.
So I can go through the loan schedule.
Just give us one or two highlights that are close to the 535 million Ghana cedis.
All right, so Madam Chairperson, we have loans such as IDA 2467, and this is the loan reference number. The interest payable is 17 million. Then IDA 4356, interest payable It's 35.7 million.
Okay.
Then you go to the next big one, which is...
So how many of these loans do you have in that category? Say, I'm looking at an average of, from what you have mentioned, say 25 million for how many number of loans?
Just count down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, about 21.
21 loans.
21 loans.
Yes.
On ECG books.
Yes.
I see. And then I look at your administrative expenses. What is your staff strength, please?
7,000.
Madam Chair, it's 7,800.
7,800. So what constitutes your administrative expenses?
Okay, so our overhead cost is part of administrative expense.
Sir, I want a breakdown. I know your overhead cost is part. So give me 3-4 components that constitute the 1.6 billion that we are talking about here.
Okay, so I think the biggest one will be the salaries of administrative and overhead staff.
And that comes under administrative expenses.
Yes, the salaries of overhead and administrative.
No, there are 3 different expenses here. You have the direct cost, which is 22.7 billion. I haven't come to that one. And then there's a distribution cost of 613 million Ghana cedis. And then the last one is the administrative expenses of 1.6 billion. So where does your staff costs come in here? Which category does it fall under, please?
So staff cost is allocated to the expense category in which it falls. So if you take operations, the staff under operations, the cost of staff under operation is part of the operations cost. And so is the distribution cost. So the administrative cost
is for staff under the administrative
and
department, overheads.
Yes.
ECG, well, you said 7,800.
Yes.
7,800, and it's close to about 25 billion in cost. I'm looking at government with 650,000 workers doing roughly 45 billion. And then 7,800. All right. I know it includes other things, but we are just looking at the quantum of staff that you have and that of government and just comparing.
So
I'm saying that because of the losses that I'm seeing here, and that's why I mean your expense in terms of the direct cost. What constitutes direct cost?
So direct cost is actually power purchase cost, which is the first line item in the notes. Yes. Then we have transmission cost.
That's the distribution expenses.
The transmission cost, okay. Yeah. Then we also have ECG's direct costs such as operations and maintenance of its network. That also forms part of our direct cost. So these 3 categories constitute what we state as direct cost.
And then when it comes to your financial position, the complaint was that of direct cost and exchange losses. how much, what goes into your direct cost? You said direct cost is power generation, power purchase. So roughly in a month, how much do you spend on power purchase? Just give us an idea. Yes, Mr.
Madam Chair, it's about $135 million a month.
135 million USD in a month. I also, I have seen that in your financial position, your non-current assets went up from 32.7 to 47 billion. Can you give us details on that?
So, Madam Chairperson, this is largely due to the depreciation of the cedi. As my MD said, our balances, the amount we owe power producers is in USD. And so when the dollar moves without any activity, you will see a very huge increase in our payables. And that accounts for, that's the biggest driver in that category.
Okay, I see the revaluation, surplus revaluation here. Okay. And then your current liabilities also increased from 29 to 46.
Madam,
can you share with us your current liabilities?
That's what I just explained. That the balances of IPPs are kept in USD.
Okay.
And so anytime the cedi depreciates against the USD at the end of the year, when you translate it, you will see a very huge increase.
No, the first one was your non-current assets. I didn't. Yes, I said your non-current assets increased from 32 to 47 billion. Can you explain why?
Okay.
Yes.
Madam Chairperson, I think I didn't hear the first one. So that has to do with our receivables. Now, during the year, our receivables increased because there was also tariff increase through the automatic tariff adjustment. So that was one reason why our receivables increased during the period.
And that increase also saw an increase in your expenditure. That's okay. But as they say, you are where you are. You haven't, changed in any way. You haven't improved on your current ratio. It was 0.03 to 1 in 2022, and it's the same story in 2023. ECG, with this huge net exchange losses, with this huge loss, the actual P&L loss, what can you do to improve on your current ratios? Because at least you should be, with this huge amount of money sitting in your books, you should be able to cover your short-term liabilities. What are you doing moving forward to see to it that at least you inch up, you make some progress in your current ratio?
So, Madam Chairperson, our biggest challenge is the tariff. Our business is completely regulated, and so the price we charge customers is determined by the PURC. On the other hand, the price that we buy power is also approved by the PURC. So, for instance, during the year under review, the regulator has approved that ECG will purchase power. The cost of power purchase approved is 1 cedi 3 pesos. But at the end of the year, the price per unit that we purchased was 126 pesos, or 1 cedi 26 pesos. What this means is that that difference did not pass through the tariff for anyone to pay. And since ECG has the PPAs, we accrue the cost of power purchase in our books. So that has been one of our biggest challenge. And thankfully, this year is a major tariff. We have presented our tariff proposal, which shows a pass-through cost or a full pass-through cost, so that whatever we purchase will pass through the tariff to customers. That way, we will be able to reduce our losses. So that's one of our biggest challenges.
Thank you very much. But I understand what you have said. But then when you look at the infractions that you have been cited for, after going through, someone listening or watching will say, ECG does not need, tariff increment, but rather efficient management of the resources that they have. That is what someone will say after the Auditor-General. Someone or the ordinary citizen will say that if all these funds are managed efficiently, we would not have to increase tariff like it is being increased now. So maybe we should take note of that. But then lastly, I want to advise the CEO, is there nothing we can do to stop this huge exchange rate losses, as in agreeing with your bankers that consistently you transfer monies to the IPP, so that when you have some amount of money in your accounts and the rates are favorable, you can buy and hold till you are ready for payment. Because it's worrying that we see the 8.3 billion exchange rate loss, irrespective of the shifts in this. You can still manage it in a way that I believe will help reduce it. And so I know you are doing it, but maybe I know if you are not doing it, then please go ahead but if you are doing it too, then please negotiate properly, because any bank would love to have you as a customer looking at the huge amounts of monies that you generate in a year. I think I'm done with my accounts.
Thank you very much. Now let's go to management issues. And head office, expenditure in excess of approved budget. It's extremely worrying. Now, before I refer you to the Attorney General for prosecution, let's go through some of these items. There were 13 items in your budget that you exceeded without any approval of the board. So let's go through these. You said you have foreign training of 31 million, but you spent 91 million. Why? And who approved that?
Mr. Chair, thank you very much. We will not try to justify the infractions. We accept that we overstepped our boundaries. I think the most important thing is that we have put in place measures to control expenditure, to make sure that we stay within the budget.
You are the CEO, right?
Yes, sir.
This happened in 2023.
Yes.
This happened in 2023. And just like Honorable Abnao Siasari said, it's the way that you guys spend money at ECG. Another one, you said cleaning expenses. 2.8 million, that was your budget. But ECG spent 10.4. How many suits did you clean for that? Now, honorarium expenses, 3.8, but you spent 4.6. Hotel expenses, 9.3 million was your budget, but you spent 12.2. Staff fuel. Hey, did they drive around the world? Budget was 2.8, and you spent 3.6 million. Communication expenses, ECG. Your budget was 4.2, but you spent 7.9 million. Consultancy, budget was 40 million, but you spent 58.6 million. All these you did it on your own without even board approval. Industrial relations, your budget was 2 million, but you spent 13 million. Stakeholders' expenses, your budget was 3.1 million, and you spent 49 million. And you want to increase our tariffs. Publicity, your budget was 5.7, and you spent 21.8 million. Professional fees and subscription, you are supposed to spend 731,000 cedis, and you spent 1.5 million. Overseas travel expenses, you are supposed to spend 14 million, and you spent 29.8 million. Call center expenses, you are supposed to spend 23.5 million, you spent 29.3 million. So budget approval was for 144 million, you spent 333 million. That's excess of 189.2 million. This shows financial indiscipline. And the recommendation over here is that sanctions under Section 96 of the Public Financial Management Act 216, Act 921, should be applied to the officers involved. We also urge management to efficiently monitor and control the company's expenses. CEO, those managers who were involved, I'm recommending that they need to face the Attorney-General for prosecution. It's just simple and short. You spend all this and you want to come and increase our tariffs. Now let's go to the next one. This is an unremitted withholding tax of 70.9 million. What has happened to this amount? By the way, auditors, note about sending them for prosecution, and clerk, keep us informed on it also. What about withholding tax of 70 million?
Madam Chairperson, subsequent to the audit finding, ECG has paid in 5 installments 35,934,131.49 of the amount not remitted.
Sir, what is the law on withholding of taxes? What is the law? When you withhold taxes, how long should you have in your account before you pay to Ghana Revenue Authority?
I think 14 days.
14 days?
Yes.
And now we have 70.9 million. You say, how much have you paid?
35.9 million.
I think this is another one for Attorney General to deal with you. So, clerk, and then our auditors, let's make sure they face the Attorney General on that one. Let's move on to the next one, please. Paragraph 158.
He said
Honorable Enim, you may want to take paragraph 158.
Thank you, Chair. So this infraction has to do with underpayments of revenue collected to SOEs and IPPs to the tune of 1,292,171,000. So the auditors reviewed the cash waterfall mechanism report and noted that ECG declared total revenue of 8,637,759, but paid only 7,345,588,000 to the various states-owned enterprises and independent power producing companies, leaving a balance of 1,292,171 undisbursed. So the auditors recommended to management to desist from this practice and ensure that revenue collected are distributed equitably based on the revised cash waterfall mechanism model. And they also further recommended that the head of ECG should be held liable for the remaining balance of 1,292,000. MD, can you tell us what has happened to the situation? What has happened to the amount? What has happened to the officer in question?
Madam Chair, I can say that from February 2025, ECG has not withheld a parcel out of the allocation from the cash waterfall. We have paid all. So, okay. Madam Chair, I can say that from February this year, when I took over, we have paid every parcel we collected into the collection account, and the cash waterfall mechanism committee allocates the funds. The allocation is approved by the Energy Security Committee, chaired by the Chief of Staff, and we have paid all the allocations made to each entity. So we have complied fully with the cash waterfall mechanism. Okay.
That's the first aspect of the recommendation. The second aspect, what has happened to the 1.2 billion?
We're still carrying that as debt, outstanding debt.
You seek the guidance.
Okay.
MD, I think I will leave it with Chair to give his ruling, because 1.2 billion is such a huge 1.29, almost 1.3 billion. So, Chair, we are in your hands.
What happened to this amount? This 1.29 billion, what happened to that amount?
Madam Chair, ECG used it, but we're not saying that withholding it is justified, but ECG used it.
Use it for what? Wasn't that supposed to be shared with the SOEs and IPPs?
Madam Chair, the power we buy, if ECG were operating 100% efficient, no losses, the power we buy is still higher than our revenue. The cost of the power is still higher than our revenue. So I can say that even now that we are complying with the cash waterfall mechanism, we are not able to pay for the full cost of the power.
I can understand that. Yeah. That you are buying ECG higher than you are selling to us. I can understand that. But if you should use the resources for anything other than what the law stipulates, do you just do it on your own, or you ask for permission?
That's exactly why we have decided full compliance with the cash waterfall mechanism. So the decision is not made by ECG whether to pay or not to pay. We are complying.
So, respectfully, can you tell us what the 1.292 billion was spent on? Because you said ECG used it. So can you tell us exactly what the 1.292 billion was spent on?
Madam Chair, some of them were used to pay our contractors. Some of them were used to pay for liquid fuel, buying liquid fuel for generation, and other creditors.
Buying liquid fuel for generation?
For power generation.
But I know Ministry of Finance was also paying for liquid fuel for power generation.
Not always. ECG pays sometimes.
Yes, but Ministry of Finance also paid some.
Yes.
And so when you are saying you used parts to buy fuel, you used parts to also do, you said something?
Pay contractors.
Pay contractors. Contractors that were on your procurement plan for the particular year?
Yes, madam.
So then if you have contractors that you had to pay in a particular year and you didn't have funds, you are saying, you are confirming to all and sundry that the contractors you paid were on your procurement plan for the year 2023, yet you did not have money. But what does the law say? That you don't spend monies that you don't have. So that if you are supposed to pay contractors, as you claim that they were on your procurement plan for the year 2023, and you did not have money, why did you dip your hand into the cash waterfall mechanism that is specifically supposed to be used to pay the IPPs and other, other firms in that space, and then you used it to pay contractors? Clearly, you have flouted the law.
Yes,
so
madam.
when the auditors came, why did you not show them all the expenditure you had made on the 1.29 billion? Because the auditors are saying that they did not have a view of that. And so we should find out from management.
Madam Chair, we did. We provided the supporting evidence to them.
Auditors,
Subsequent to the audit.
subsequent to the audit, yes, and not when they were there. So auditors, can you confirm whether some were used to pay contractors, some were used to pay for liquid fuel, and the other items that has been mentioned here?
Yes, Honorable Chair, when you look at their response, they indicated what they used the amount for, and they subsequently provided supporting documents to that effect.
Thank you, but it is still a breach. Mr. CEO, you agree with me? So that
Yes.
is why I say painfully that looking at all the infractions that you have been cited here for and the quantum of money involved, if we should manage the resources we have efficiently, I don't think that we should look at tariff increments per the quarterly arrangements that you have put in place. You can shake your head, but the citizens of Ghana are also saying that look at the quantum involved. If we use these monies efficiently, we can adjust and help support the difference in what you buy and how much we pay for. But quarterly increments of tariffs with all these infractions, something doesn't sit well. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, thank you so much. In terms of the quarterly increment, it is not necessarily quarterly increment. There is always a review based on the, even with the IMF agreement, a review. So a review can always, a review should be either up, down, or what it is. So I think that is what we are currently sticking to. So it's not like on a quarterly basis, automatically we have to increase. So that is what, but
Minister,
I think that with the
hotel.
No, but I think with what you are, the inefficiencies that has been pointed out now, it is something that we have to look at it critically and try to avoid it, or as much as possible, we should avoid it. Currently, in terms of the ministry, for instance, quarterly or on a monthly basis, the cash waterfall, for instance, the minister always wants to ensures that not even a cedi is retained by ECG. And I think if we should carry on with this, most of the inefficiencies that we have actually been pointed out to us will not be repeated. And when we do it said this way, there will be a quarterly review, and we may even see prices going down or tariff going down. I said, we may. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister. The next infraction is on paragraph 168, and Honorable. It's on paragraph 163. And Honorable, yes, sir, will take care of that one.
Thank you. There's an under-declaration of revenue collected. According to the audit service, you collected a revenue of 11.59 billion Ghana cedis, and you declared 8.637 billion Ghana cedis. There's a difference of 2.95 billion Ghana cedis that you failed to declare. So you see what I'm talking about. CEO, a difference of 2.953 billion that was not declared, even though that was collected. And per regulations 47 of the PFM regulations, you have fallen foul of the law by failing to disclose. Please tell us the current status of this undeclared amount of 2.9 billion Ghana cedis.
Madam Chair, we have tried to respond to that. We under-declared, and we don't justify that. We have corrected that action. Okay. So right now, all our collections are transparent. In fact, Madam Chair, all my collections go into an account that is monitored by the CEO of PURC and the Minister for Energy and Green Transition. So there's no way we can hide our collections anymore.
So, CEO, the under-declared revenue of almost 3 billion and the underpaid revenue of almost 1.3 billion, that alone gives us 4.3 billion Ghana cedis. 4.3 billion Ghana cedis. Minister, I pray and hope that moving forward, as you said, the right thing is being done. But that notwithstanding, the 2.9 billion, what was it used for? And whatever it was used for, have you shown it to the auditors, and have the auditors cleared you of this infraction, the 2.9, almost 3 billion Ghana cedis that was not paid?
We have provided evidence to the auditors what it was used for. Most of it is for projects, for loss reduction, and also, again, for fuel, and meters, energy meters we bought. So that's what it was used for.
You said most of them were for projects.
For projects.
What kind of projects, please?
Building substations and also buying meters to install to replace obsolete ones.
All these were in your procurement plans for 2023.
Madam, we exceeded the procurement plan.
Chairman, for this sitting, I'll need you to rule on this before we move to the next one. Thank you.
It's a procurement violation. And even though the auditors did not recommend any sanctions, you're already going to see the Attorney-General. So we'll add this one to it. So those officers involved, they will have 3 cases to deal with the Attorney-General on it. Thank you very much, ECG. The next infraction is on paragraph 168. And Honorable Gape will take care of that one, please. It's on part payment of procurement without a written contract agreement. Those that I'm recommending to meet the Attorney General, it is not the office, it's the officers who were involved at that time of the audit. So they are the ones who are going to meet the Attorney General, not the current ones sitting out here who haven't done anything wrong.
Thank you very much. This infraction.
I'm sorry? The CFO. No, those people who were there at that time of the audit. Oh, if they are here, oh, then they'll be part of it. They will see the Attorney General. You see, those people who are involved, when the Attorney General writes to them, they will go. Don't worry.
Yeah, this infraction refers to part payment of procurement without written contract agreement. The cost is about 75 million Ghana cedis. What is the status with regards to this?
Madam Chair, the contract has been signed. It was signed in March of 2024.
It was signed
in March of 2024.
That was after the audit.
That was before the audit, but the audit was from January 2023 to December 2023. So at the time, there was no contract when the payment was made.
In the first place, why will you even make a payment without even contract? There is no contract.
Let me make it easy. This is a procurement violation, and it's under Section 92 of the Public Procurement Act 2003 as 663 as amended. The recommendation is for us to sanction you. So ECG, those who are involved, signing, paying 75 million Ghana cedis without a contract, you are going to meet the Attorney General. So, clerk, have it out there. This is 4 infractions that they're going to meet the Attorney General. Thank you. Let's move to the next one, please. And it's paragraph 175. Honorable Akwesi Kwenedu will take care of that one.
Chairman, thank you very much.